Good day and welcome to Ultimate Spiderdays. I'm Ultimate Omnidog.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, here with Ultimate Chat Omnidog.
Yeah, I am.
And we're going back in the catalog and reviewing Ultimate Spider-Man because this is something that ETL hasn't read in a while and I've never read.
Yeah, so we are on. I've already forgotten. I was on. Well, first of all, let me tell you, I was on my way to the studio today to record the show. Where I live, we are in essential personnel only lockdown. So I was on my way, rushing to the studio because I believe what we do is essential to humanity. Cop stops me. He says, "Hey, buddy, you got to get off the street, right?" And I'm like, well, I am doing something very important for the people. And I explain, I go, I do a YouTube show for Omnidog Vault. It's called The Ultimate Spider-Man Show. It's the #1 rated new Ultimate Spider-Man review show on YouTube. I'm sure you've heard of it. And he had this little glint in his eye, like he was following it. And I was like, you have heard of us, right? And he goes, no, get the fuck off the street. So I didn't go back home. I went back to this. I came to the studio. I'm not working from home yet, but so I rushed here to do the show because I feel what we do is very important for the people.
Nice.
And like I said before, we still are the #1 rated new Ultimate Spider-Man review show. And I crunched some numbers. I really scrubbed the data.
Nice.
And we are very big in prisons, various places people are incarcerated. So that's not even like federal prisons, jails, home arrest. Anyone that has to be locked up and has access to YouTube, they love our show.
Sweet.
So, I know. So we're crushing it. They love the Silver Fox. That's what they call you. Yes.
Right on.
I thought they would have gone for me, but whatever. People like what they like, and it's not just men in prison; it's women in prison. Jess.
Yeah.
So let's not sweat this. So anyway, still crushing it. Today we are reviewing the issues 14 through
21. Yeah, the Double Trouble arc.
Double Trouble arc, and that has the introduction to two. Well, not we've already met Octavius, Doc Ock. We've already met him, but he is the main villain in this book, and we're also introduced to Craven for the first time. So Doc Ock so the beginning of this book. First of all, we should say we are introduced to Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
What is your take? What is your take on the Ultimate Spider-Man Gwen Stacy?
That she's a punk badass that carries a switchblade.
Yeah, she looks like she's 35 and is a bounty hunter.
Yeah,
not a high school sophomore or junior, whatever she's supposed to be. And and she pulls knives on people, and she's badass.
Yeah, I totally dug her.
She's badass with a heart of gold. She's doing it to protect Peter Parker. Peter Parker allows himself to be bullied to protect his secret identity.
Right.
That's Gwen Stacy, the mom, the hot mom,
or the mom with a switchblade.
Yeah, or sophomore in high school. And then the little panel, you see Doc Ock. He is in a facility. Is he blind? His eyes are covered. Kind of take on him. His eyes are kind of messed up in this world, but he's suffered an accident in the original run in Oscorp. He was a scientist there, and he worked with those tentacles to do stuff for them, and then he's woken up to find out they're fused to his body, and he's pissed off about it, and he wants to. Well, this time he's just confused. Some great Mary Jane, Peter Parker growth.
Yeah, that was great too.
A little bit later, they kiss, I believe, for the first time. Melted my heart. Yeah, there's Doc Ock with his weird eye problems. He can still see though, but
but these tentacles are fused to his body.
Yeah, that is massively gross. God, he was a gym rat before this. I think it probably saved his life. He was so cut. He wasn't just a man of science. He was also a man of the body, which you and I both can empathize with. So,
absolutely.
Um, we are the Doc Ock of the Omnidog's vault, I always say.
Here's some more Doc Ock. He's clearly the focus. Besides the introduction of Gwen Stacy,
Yes, a lot of the one thing I will say about Ultimate Spider-Man versus old school Spider-Man from the '60s, not like, but I think I love how he spends a lot of time with the bad guys. You know, like there's as much build up and character development with the bad guys as even with Craven too. Is like we spend a lot of time with them, and I think it's good. I mean, the one thing I was going to say this, the one thing I hope we get more of, and we got quite a bit like in the last issue, is I do want more with Aunt May. You know, and he's just juggling a lot of balls. You just can't. I mean, this is like one of those. This is like one of my favorite TV shows in the world. Don't judge me. Is the OC, and you know, it's filled with high school teen drama. Great show. Highly recommend it. It might be an ETL recommend. But they also balance it with the adult drama and this kind of has like a good teen drama TV show vibe to it, where we're, you know, the growth of the Mary Jane Peter Parker relationship is slow but very steady and sweet, and they both seem very young in a good way, you know, like, kind of like don't know, they're not doing it very well. Peter doesn't handle it very well. He says some stupid things, or but then they, you know, they're still, but the one thing I also like, and we talked about this last time a little bit, is I love how he has someone that he can confide this to, like they're watching a TV, the school's going on, and then like she just looks at him and she goes, "You should go," you know. And I like how he has someone that is helping him, you know, get fixed up when he's hurt, and then also kind of helping him know that he needs to save certain people and go off and be the hero.
And we still see the little seeds of teenage jealousy when he admits that he thought Gwen Stacy was like slightly intriguing, and all of a sudden he gets the cold shoulder from Mary Jane, and he's like, what are you mad at? What did I say? And
badass blonde in leather pants, and you know, looks like she drank a fifth of vodka before she came to school. I'm not supposed to be intrigued by her? Come on. He's a superhero, but he's not a Superman, right? Come on.
Right. Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah.
I like a lot how they really make him a high school kid, and with a serious issues for a 15-year-old. You know, the insecurity and the awkwardness and the things like that, and how he does become a different guy when he starts to get in the groove, when he puts on the spider suit. I have to say, I was really looking forward to this battle with Craven.
Yeah.
And
so last issue of the arc.
What's that?
So the build up is Craven's like this Australian TV show hunter, or like he does a lot of TV specials where he hunts things, and so he comes on and says he's going to kill Spider-Man, which I thought was a little isn't it illegal to say I'm going to kill another human being?
Yeah.
And he's also like, and I'm going to do it on live television. I thought that was a little fucked up, but you know, no one seemed to mind as long as it's good TV. So he is like the build up for him is that he's going to come and hunt Spider-Man. He doesn't know it's Peter Parker, but they do go to his high school and do a TV event there. And then the build up is so then they have this amazing. Was it Justin Hammer? Is that that?
Yeah.
So another corporate bad guy is he in the regular Marvel universe, or is he just? I know he's in the movie, right? He was in the Iron Man movie.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the Marvel universe to say if he's in Oscorp or some Oscorp rival or something like that.
We're just beautiful TV hosts. We don't have knowledge of an encyclopedia but look it up. But yeah, it was, so Justin Hammer is like a big corporate dude that Doc Ock was giving secrets to from Oscorp, and so that's kind of their link. And so Doc Ock hated Justin Hammer for multiple reasons, and so he actually, I think he attacks Justin Hammer. Peter Parker's there to help protect him. And then I think
Right.
Justin Hammer does die, but I think of a heart attack. I don't think he's
In
actually
the limo, yeah.
killed. But anyway, so that's the epic battle of the end of this arc is between Doc. And it was, I thought the battle scene was great.
I thought so too.
And even I think Doc Ock is. I like the version of him. He's kind of smart. He depantses him here, which is very sexy. And also I kind of bagged on the Peter Parker Spider-Man banter last time. I think the banter's gotten a lot better.
I agree.
And so the banter's good. So anyway, so he fights Doc Ock, he subdues him, and then opens up the van, and Craven is there to do his final hunt. And Peter Parker, Spider-Man, says, "Just help me get this woman out. Help me get this woman away from this dead body in the back of a limo. Is that too much to ask?" And Craven says, "It is too much to ask. I'm just here to hunt." And then show the next page. I think, yeah. So he attacks him. Peter Parker dodges him a few times, and then show the coup de grace. Jess,
Bam.
so he just knocks him out one punch, and it's like the Indiana Jones pulling out his gun and shooting the guy after he does the sword,
right?
Amazing arc. And so it's just hilarious that we have all this build up for Craven, the master hunter. He's never missed a prey, and his next prey is going to be Spider-Man. He's going to kill him, and then Spider-Man knocks him out with one punch. It was perfect, I thought.
Yeah, and Spider-Man was like, "Really? You're picking this time to pick a fight with me right after all this?"
Yeah, he was exhausted after fighting Doc Ock. So it was. I thought the first one was good. I thought the second arc was great. I think this is equal to the second arc. It's just Bendis is sometimes overly wordy, but it has great payoff, and it's just this is always proven. It's proving to be better every. It's a great run. Like, I'm really enjoying it.
I can see why this is considered classic Spider-Man, and here he has, kind of not a final showdown, but a big showdown with Aunt May, who's tired of all the lies and his not being around and stuff. And so there's your.
That's what I was kind of saying, that she does have some character development at the end of the arc, and.
Yeah,
you got to feel for her. She just thinks he's an asshole teenage kid who's out till 3 a.m. So she's his own. They're their only each other's family. All they have left, and so she doesn't want to lose him. And I love how he lies and says he's at work, and then he says he's with Mary Jane, and each time she's like, "Those are the I just called them." And like calls his lies out, and it's just it seems very realistic. And hard, and you feel bad for her,
Yeah, you genuinely do. And she grounds him, and he's like, "Oh, come on, man!" Like any 15-year-old would be.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really digging the art. I really like the art style. I can see why it was popular at the time.
Yeah.
It is different, than the art today, but all art is of its time and stuff. And I don't have a problem with it at all. I really enjoy the art and the coloring, and I like the very the last pages with we guess we shouldn't spoil it, except this is a 20-year-old run.
Yeah, we can spoil it.
Otto Octavius alone in the cell. He's remembering who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, and I guess we should say before that his memory is not totally gone, but like he doesn't remember the accident that blew up and killed a lot of scientists, seemingly killed him, but caused the fusion, and then also turned into Norman Osborn into the Goblin, the Green Goblin, who is dead, that we saw in the first arc. So. Yeah, I mean, I love the Spider-Man art. I still don't super love the faces. But I nitpick all kinds of artists. They all have their quirks. Like when Justin Hammer is on video conference with another, like a doctor who's they're trying to make, they kind of squeeze out. We might be seeing Sandman. There's also Eddie Brock. Did you notice that he was in
Mm-hmm.
there? And so we're getting teased on future, but like the video conferencing with Justin Hammer and the Justin Hammer and the other guy looked exactly the same except for slight haired. And so I
I
was
did
like,
sort of pick up on that.
yeah, who's he talking? And then I kind of figured it out eventually. But and the Justin Hammer weird every once in a while would have like a southern accent, but it'd be like every like 300th word he would have a y'all in there. You'd be like, what? This is funny. I was like, we're gonna give him a slight southern accent, but
Yeah.
no explanation why. But
Yeah, but I am thoroughly enjoying this, and I am really happy we decided to do this because it's clear to me why this is such a beloved run,
yeah,
and the people are so into it. This is a really fresh take on Spider-Man, and I'm looking forward to how Bendis handles all these other
yeah.
things that we know that are coming up.
And it's cool how he's like, and again, we see Eddie Brock. He just asks. We don't even see him. We hear him ask a question in a press conference.
Right.
Or in the Sandman is like a very, we see him as like a ball of like goo, and it's like a failed experiment.
Exactly.
You know, and so we'll see more of him later, I'm sure. And I don't, yeah, it's better than I even thought it was going to be. So come join us, one and all. Pick up your Ultimate Spider-Man books. I know a lot of you are home looking for entertainment. I'm going to make my kid read the first one this week.
Nice.
You know, so his brain doesn't turn into mush as he's at home. Isn't it weird how we've come to where we make them read comic books? Is how do we prevent their brains turning into mush? Where when we were growing up, they said our brains were turning into mush because we were reading comic books.
Exactly.
The world turns, you know. So yeah. So please write a comment. Tell us where you're at if you're reading along with us. Hit that like button. Be sure to not watch any Teenage Mutant Ninja shows with Tyler Blunt because I'm still trying to beat him. Although I got to tell you, are we sponsored by IST? We should be, but anyway, I made a big order with IST, and I have 1 and 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I ordered 3 and 4.
Oh, good.
Keep up with you guys. So you know, if you can't get Tyler to do that show, maybe I'll just jump on that show. You know,
I'll threaten him with that.
The people seem to love me, Jess. So let's give them more of what they want. So. But yeah, so Tyler, I'm coming for you. I know he doesn't watch our videos because he never says anything. So it's a battle royale. It's a feud, one-way feud.
That's one-way feud.
I've had many of those. I've had lots of fights with people that don't even know they're fighting me. Before we go, real quick, I'm going to do a couple ETL recommends.
Okay.
First of all, I don't even know how much super I recommend this, but I did read it. This seems there's an ongoing Conan book in Marvel, and then this seems to be kind of like they're just letting people do like 5-issue arcs, and they're just, you know, like this one's done by Jerry Dugan and drawn by Ron Garney, and the art is not super Ron Garney in a good way, you know.
It's in color, huh?
Yeah, but it's super. It's not earth shattering. But it's super fun. Conan, brainless, kills lots of people. There's a volume 2, which I ordered from our soon-to-be sponsor IST, and it's fun. I mean, like I said, it's not earth-shattering. I am not getting the Conan omnibuses because I'm sure I'd love them. I just don't need, like, the daunting task of keeping up with that was. Hurt my heart, and so I just in my back. So yeah. I'm sure I'd love them. I do follow on our Omni trade group. I'm sure if someone puts them all up for sale at a price, I'd probably snag them all. But are you getting them?
I'm committed. I've got the first 3 of each, and I feel like I might be stopping there, or I might stop myself at the 5th. There's no way I'm collecting all of them. I just can't. Yeah. And I don't remember even reading past, you know, a certain amount when I was a teenager. So I think the first 3 or 4 is probably where I'm going to stop.
Have you read any of them since they've been republished? The new
I haven't read any of the new stuff. No.
My brother loved that stuff, and so what was the black and white ones?
That was Savage Swords.
Yes, Savage Swords. So my brother had a ton of those, and I liked them. I never really read them, I love the Kurt Busiek, the former Dark Horse stuff.
Right.
I haven't read it all, but I've read a lot of it. And now that Marvel owns that and they're redoing that, I thought that stuff was great. And it was just, I don't know, like sometimes you have to just pick, am I going to go down this omnibus road of Conan books? And I was just like, I don't need one more thing to buy. But like I said, if the price is right, I'm sure I'd snag them up if I can. All right, my last rec is The Hunter by Richard Stark. This is Darwin Cook.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Parker character that Darwin Cook did. There's a beautiful Martini edition, which I have, and then they're going to do a second volume of that. I think that's going to collect all the Darwin Cook. So The Hunter this came out in 1968, I think, and Richard Stark is 1962. Richard Stark is a pseudonym for Donald Westlake. And Donald Westlake was a super prolific crime writer and Western writer, but mostly crime. And so he did, under Richard Stark, he did, I think there's a series of 20, some of these, 29, I think, or something like that. I'll count. I have them all. I've read them all except for 3. And I'm just reading them in order. And they're like so good. I'll go back and reread them all. Like, as they're fast, they're brutal. They're just fun, and I highly recommend them. The University of Chicago Press started republishing these a few years ago. They're out of print for a super long time, and all crime writers and Darwin Cook, I'm sure, really pushed this too. It's like everyone wanted to see them reprinted, and I've never met someone. This is a book I loan out to or buy for people that like are going to go on vacation or on the beach or whatever, because you could probably read this in a day, maybe 2, and it's just. Did you read the Darwin Cook, or do you?
I've read the first Martini edition, and then I have the other 2 smaller.
So that's very, and I've read The Hunter by Darwin Cook, and it's close to it's very close adaptation of this, but they're really good books, and I can't recommend them enough. Get them all. So,
nice.
Check them out. But that's all I got for now. I'm watching all of NYPD Blue on Hulu.
Oh, nice. I used to love that show. It
holds up. It's so good. I got in this weird David Caruso thing where I was kind of looking him up, and then I remembered, and I've watched all of NYPD Blue, and I was like, I'm going to just watch like the first few episodes to see, because he was so good in that, and then he stupidly left, and now I just going to watch the first few episodes. I just started season 7 yesterday, so I have a real problem. They're just so good to, like, you don't have to pay super close attention, or if you want to, they're worth it, and you can kind of do other things and have it on. It's just, I don't know. It's such a good show.
I love NYPD Blue.
Well, go back and watch it on Hulu, Jess. You will not be disappointed.
All righty.
But until then, let's read more Spider-Man.
And everybody, if you could give us a like and a subscribe, please feel free to leave a comment. We always respond to comments. And I appreciate my co-host ETL Chat Omnidog being with me. Thank you to the viewers out there, and peace and love. Peace and love.
Ah.